2 months before the November midterm elections, conspiracy theorists are back at their keyboards, banging out wild accusations that are putting some candidates and some store owners on edge. We get the story this afternoon from NBC's Jolene Kent.
Andrew Richmond never thought his ice cream chain, Sweet Jesus, would be a target.
So some of the allegations that were put across were we were part of the Illuminati, child cannibalism, pedophilia. It's ice cream at the end of the day, and it's good ice cream.
It all started back in January when the Sweet Jesus shop in Baltimore started receiving strange messages on their social media pages, accusing the owners of running child sex trafficking rings. They received threatening phone calls, and online conspiracy theorists flooded their Instagram and Facebook pages with accusations and terrifying comments.
It's really disheartening that, people come up with stuff like this.
Across the country, in Portland, Oregon, Voodoo Donuts is going through something eerily similar. The manager at this location tells NBC News off camera that they're getting more calls from conspiracy theorists than customers ordering donuts. On Yelp, commenters are accusing the owners of child trafficking.
I don't know what kind of person believes in that stuff, but if you do, you've clearly never been here.
The false allegations started from internet users who call themselves Patriot researchers. On Twitter, Facebook, and Discord, a chat program with private groups, they rail against politicians, celebrities, and businesses they falsely claim harm children. They also gain traction on Big League Politics, a far-right media outlet that pushes conspiracy theories run by a former Breitbart reporter. Republicans like Senator Ted Cruz, Representative Devin Nunes, and House Majority Whip Steve Scalise have all used Big League to fundraise. After NBC News informed them of conspiracies promoted on the site, Cruz and Scalise said they'd sever the relationship and return any money raised. Nunes didn't respond. NBC News' Brandy Zadrozny broke the story.
I found that there are hundreds, thousands of people congregating in some of the darkest corners of the internet, alleging things against local businesses, that they're involved in these terrible rings of pedophilia, and that online chatter is having some real consequence in the real world.
The threats against Voodoo Donut appear to have grown out of a now-removed YouTube video that made baseless allegations against the donut chain, now stirring up real-world fear.
When I talked to a manager at Voodoo, she expressed concern and said that she had met with her other managers and talked about what would we do if someone came in with a gun. So I don't know what resources they are expending, but I'm sure that it's in their mind, and I know that they have police presence sort of around and are thinking about this issue.
In a statement, Portland police tells NBC News, based on what we've seen, there is no information to suggest that any of the allegations against Voodoo are credible. Back at Sweet Jesus Ice Cream, the co-founder is focused on safety.
Really worrying about the frontline people in the shops. I'm in the shop sometimes, and talked about lockdown procedures. We also talked about staff training on how to deal, we did staff training on how to deal with hostile customers, phone calls, anything that they'd get confronted with.
Now, Portland police is also telling us here at NBC News that they've received an enormous number of phone calls and emails asking from conspiracy theorists why the police are not investigating these small businesses further. And the threats continue in real life, jumping off of online to the offline world. In fact, just last week, there was a threat written by a commenter saying, "It's time for a road trip, LOL." Craig?
It's bizarre. The whole thing's just so bizarre. Jolene Kent there in Los Angeles.
Indeed.
What's especially bizarre is you would think a place like Sweet Jesus Ice Cream, you'd think they'd get a pass.